Okay.
So, hi, you guys. This is Joella Newman from Transforming Your Tomorrows. Welcome to Entrepreneurs on the Rise. I am the founder and owner of Transforming Your Tomorrows. It's a life and business coaching company. So I work with a lot of entrepreneurs. I work with individuals who focus on decreasing stress, or maybe something is going on in their life that they just like, I need to get out of this state of mind that is kind of now chronic and sometimes even impacting family, right? Because of a person's chronic anxiety or stress. But what I do on Wednesday nights, every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock, I love highlighting other entrepreneurs. And sometimes they're employed, with the company. So it doesn't matter. I think it's really important that I share with entrepreneurs, with people out there who are trying to build their either solo business or a small business. How do you get other resources that you may not normally get? And so tonight, February 3rd, I get to bring on a really cool friend of mine that I've met probably a couple of months ago now, but he is with Connected, and it really is a program that works with LinkedIn. And I'm going to introduce you to Logan Coley.
Thank you.
Yeah, so Logan he works for the company called Connected. I have it streaming at the bottom of our screen. And he's a sales rep with Connected. But first of all, being in sales, I really get who's good at sales and who's like giving me okay, here it is, that. And when he started with Connected, it was cute because he said he had no sales experience. So it tells you that he's already a natural at this stuff selling, or this stuff sells itself, right? So there are more sales reps here at Connected, and their calendars are always booked. So there's a reason for that, and you'll learn that in tonight's episode. But the key thing why people come to either Logan or maybe one of his colleagues, or certainly his company, is because there's missing one of the two ingredients to have a successful business. There's either volume and value. Volume is typically what people tend to not be able to get. And so he shows them how to bring that volume to show their value, which I love. And so for me, when I first reached out to Logan and to the company Connected, I was just simply inquisitive. I know I personally had taken some courses with LinkedIn and you go through this and I didn't finish it. I will honestly say one of my sunk costs, and a very good program, no disrespect to the person or the company I got it from. But truthfully, when you get into business as a solopreneur or a small business, how much time do you have to go through all this training program and learn and search for the people that you really want to connect with? So just my background, that's why I went to Connected. And I said, you know what, I don't want to do the due diligence, if you will, that would take hundreds of hours to find the right people that I could possibly connect to. And so what I ask you, as I have Logan open up and share what he does and what Connected is all about, is what have you been doing the past few years, and see how far you've come, but where have you been spinning your wheels? And is LinkedIn one of your audiences to get clients, and how well are you doing? Certainly if you're on, easy street with getting clients through LinkedIn, then tonight's not for you. But if you're struggling even a little bit with where to get clients and how to interact with them, tonight is for you. And it's time to stop spinning those wheels and wasting prodigious amounts of time trying to get somewhere that you just really, it's those sunk costs you don't have time to do. So Logan, what I would like for you to do is share with the audience right now your beautiful tools and who you are and how you came to Connected and things like that.
Yeah. So I really appreciate that, first off. But yeah, I came to Connected not knowing, what it really was. It was just a day that I met the CEO himself. Mm-hmm. And the crazy thing is I was in a time where COVID had hit me and I had nothing, to do. I just lost my job, and I was this typical college kid that was still out there trying to figure out what he wanted to do. And CEO Devin Johnson himself, I came across him, and I was looking for, something to do, and he gave me this awesome opportunity at Connected. But how it actually originated was I asked him if I could get the job, but how I asked him was if I can beat you in Monopoly, I want the job, I can get the job. And
Oh my God, I
funny
love
story
that.
is
I love
I
that.
didn't win. So,
Oh,
but I guess he saw something in me that, was entrepreneurial. So he gave me this amazing opportunity, and I actually got to start from, when Connected was at the bottom to now where we're at now. And it's been a really amazing experience to witness from where we were to where we are now and how many people we've actually helped. And I get so many texts and so many, messages back from the people that we work with that, this is such an amazing tool. We're getting so much, out of it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And that just brings me so much joy, because the thing that I wanted to do most in life is, help people. And I had no idea what, way I can help them besides, going in the gym and helping them out that way. But then Connected, came to me, and it was a great opportunity that I got to see that I can now help people save more time, spend that more time with their family on their business that they're working on, instead of having to go out and prospect themselves. This tool will literally, generate leads for you that are in your exact target audience. So how it works is, instead of you actually having to click connect and add a note for every single person, this will literally send out a connection message along with follow-ups to these people to generate a conversation, but into a relationship building way. And it's also going to be able to scrape the data in the back end, but it's not like we're just scraping data to have that. It's only the people that accept your invitation, because they're giving you the legal option to go through there. So we're doing it the correct way. We're doing it the warmest way possible. It may be a cold outreach at first, but it's a networking, it's a networking landing page. So you want to treat LinkedIn as a huge blue ocean opportunity. And instead of going, to a networking event where there's 20 people, now you can go to a networking event where there's 100 people every single day. And that's the way we're treating it, is trying to, help people grow their businesses and get out in front of the right people.
Right. I think that's it's totally on target what you did, because I recently signed up with Connected, as you know. And so far I've interacted with, I think, over 300 people that I wanted to connect with. And when you talk about a warm message, it really was the opportunity for me to create the message that I wanted to send to people. I didn't want it to be a salesy type of thing. I wanted it to be a truly nurturing type of message. Say, how the heck are you doing? It wasn't quite like that. But certainly as a coach with executives, and being a former corporate executive myself, I know what it's like to have huge amounts of stresses, and you don't quite know how to relieve it. Yes, you can go work out like a banshee, but if you're working already, from 7 a.m. until 7 p.m., you're damn tired, right? I was. And I would push myself to go work out because I knew I needed the stress release. But after a point in time, you get to like, all right, I've just got to get into the office. I've got to solve this. I've got to do that. And, knowing that in the corporate world, you don't go to HR, you get a coach, So, you do. And I think that was really important for me to reach out to my colleagues who were once my colleagues in different arenas to say, hey, you don't have to do your job alone. And even if you don't think you need a coach, I can tell you, and yes, my skin is in the game, but you need a coach, right? But in order to even get to someone, to get to me, I'm incredibly kind of shy. I'm not going to put out a cold message to, first of all the research it would take to get to someone, and then send them a cold message. I'm a little bit intimidated to do that. Yeah. And so I'm a lot intimidated, which is why it never got done. So this is why I reached out to Logan and his company, is because, I don't want to scrub all the people that I'd like to meet. And, if they don't want to meet me, they don't have to say yes to the connection, right? Just like in any connection. But at least I've gotten a really, really good response. And then I've gotten some, yes, I'll be happy to share with you more what's going on with me, but maybe not quite right now. And I said, I get it. I mean, I'm not here to push somebody, but it was really, for me, I've found it, I've only been using it, a week, 2 weeks. I mean, it's been very, very quick, short time, but it's an opportunity for me to speak to this particular product for other entrepreneurs, other small businesses too, that I look at. It's like, how do you reach your target audience? And I don't care if you're a doctor, or if you're an attorney, or if you're, a solopreneur selling jewelry. There's people out there that are always on LinkedIn. I know the executives are responding to me pretty quickly. And, if they've got time, the kids who need a gym, a gym rat to go and train them, they're going to check it out too, just like executives are. So I think that your particular program or company offers a great resource to entrepreneurs. And I'm just going to check on Facebook too, to see if I'm missing any comments. Sorry, I'll go to that. But Logan, when you talk about warm messages and things like that, what do you share with them a little bit more on what that means? And let me make sure.
Yeah. So, I mean, the messages you would be sending out, it's more of a personalized message. It's something you can type out yourself, or something we can help you type out. It's nothing like, hey, this is what I do, come talk to me. It's more of like, hey, I want to have a conversation with you and see if the relationship we can have together and the business we can bring together to one another. And then, to piggyback off what you said, I am not the best sales rep out there. I literally had zero experience in sales to where I am now. I still would not consider myself above, the average. The software literally sells itself. I mean, we do now have a coach, a sales coach here, and he's taught me quite a bit, but I still would say the software does a lot of the work for me about selling itself. So, I mean, and that's the great thing about it, is because it's so simple and easy to use. I mean, we do it so that way everyone can understand it, because we don't want to make anything too complicated. Otherwise, no one would want to use it, because no one wants to take all the time out of their day to figure out how to use something. So that's our key goal, is honestly to save you as much time as possible, because the time that you've spent, you can no longer get that back. So we want to help you save as much time as you can on doing things that, you can have done for you, and you can, spend time with, your work, your kids, your family, whatever it is you want to spend your time elsewhere, you can do that, because the software is literally going to be working for you Monday through Sunday. So you're not working on the weekends, it's going to work on the weekends. So that's what makes it even more amazing.
And what's really cool is that you can set the hours, right? In terms of when you want responses coming in. Is that what I did? Right? I set the hours
you can set the hours for when it sends out and when it stops. You can also set the hours of the time delays on the follow-up. So this way, you're 100% not spamming anyone. You're following up like you would follow up yourself. It's just now you're not having to go follow up. You just sit back, relax, and wait for these messages to pile in.
And I think what does that say to the business person or the entrepreneur looking for more clients? That's an opportunity to meet people. Again, you're leveraging your time. You're being more efficient with your time and proficient, because you're keying in on a target audience that you exactly want to meet with. And then they choose if they connect with you. But then you're also not, like Logan mentioned earlier, you're not in multiple networking groups. I know there's some really good ones out there. I'm not taking anything away from them, but that's time intensive. And then it's also that time intensive is a little bit more labor intensive, in that you're forming, you're taking a longer period of time to form the relationships and then ultimately create sales or provide the service that you're looking to do, or provide the product. Now, if it's simple, if you're selling a widget, it might be a little bit easier. I'm in the service industry business. And so it's always warm. It's like, let me get into your head and let me help you relieve those pressure valves, right? That are consistently coming up. And there's a new pressure valve every day. And to have that kind of chronic traumatic, level of pressure, especially with COVID, because I think we're always teetering on a little bit of just this level of can I cope with anything more, right? It's an opportunity to look at that and say, I need something to also help me leverage, exactly what I'm doing or who I'm targeting, where I'm going. And while that may sound, when I use the word targeting, it might sound a little bit more business-like terminology, but it's an opportunity to develop relationships whereby it would take so much longer if you did it in networking groups or even, lunch club for people who know that. I like that. But it just takes, so much more time to do that, to really meet people.
Yeah. And you're having to block out time on your calendar that, like I said, could be used for other things. And I mean, don't get me wrong. I go to networking events, just because I'm always trying to get out in front of new people. But you could also save that time of going out to networking events because you don't always know if those people that you're getting in front of are going to be a right fit for you. Right. This way, everyone you're sending out, these invites to, every single one is a good fit for you. It's just you have to take it a step further to make sure they're really great, because obviously somebody can be qualified, but you could also get off on the wrong foot and have a really bad conversation, and then that way you can determine they're not a great fit there as well. Right. But that's all part in it. I mean, you have to have a conversation to see if there's a relationship worth building there. And right. I mean, it's going to come on, and every single business there is, no matter what. And that's why we're taking it at it's a numbers game, but it's also a numbers game in your target market. So you have, out of the 100 people that accept your invitation, you have ground of saying, all right, this person is more of a fit for me than this person. And then you can choose who you want to talk to. You have all these messages coming back. You can choose which ones to respond to.
Right. And I have done that. I mean, there's some that I've chosen not to respond to, but it's in my court to really be very clear on who I'm looking to work with, right? And my ideal audience, and then those who may not fit that description. But I find it, I wanted to have you on in these just few minutes because I wanted people to understand, because I had never heard of Connected before. Certainly you hear all these programs about LinkedIn, but I wanted someone to help me with LinkedIn. I didn't want to have to do all that homework, all that labor. And so that's why I came to you, Logan, and to Connected. So how would people, so I'll stop your ticker, and how would people reach out to you for more information?
Yeah, no, you can find me on LinkedIn. If there's a way I can, put my my email in here, my number, I can do that, and they can reach out either way. Either is fine with me. My phone is always open. Like I'm a conversation guy. I love having a conversation. You can always talk to me. It's just the nature I was in. My mom, I was always around her, and she just wanted to talk and talk. So now it's just transitioning me to wanting to talk and talk. So I'm always open to hearing out some ideas and thoughts. So I'm more than welcome to drop my number, email in there, so you can contact me either way.
Okay, well, I'll put it on the banner right now, and then I'll put it in comments. Check out Logan on LinkedIn, or what's your email?
It is Logan.Coley, and that's Coley, Coley, at connected.io.
Should know that by heart. Okay, perfect. So you guys at the bottom, it's check out Logan on LinkedIn, of course, Logan Coley on LinkedIn, or emailing logan.coley@connected.io. And so I'll put that in the comments on Facebook as well so that people can reach him. I don't have any comments tonight. I know we've reached out to a few, but I know people watch this as replays. Or if you have any questions, you can call me. I can answer a few of them and give you an idea about the program. There's a little bit of an investment up front that you'll need to commit to, but and then you pay a monthly fee. But that's, you have different levels of what you pay. And so far, I've been very, very pleased with Connected, and it allows me, like Logan mentioned, it allows me to get back to either spending time with my family or doing other things just besides sitting at my desk and working, or coaching. I mean, coaching I love to do, so I could fill up my day doing that. But Logan, thank you for coming tonight. I loved it that you made the time for me. You've been a great help all the time. So thanks for coming tonight too.
Yeah, for sure. Anytime. Hey, you made time for me. I'll always make time for you. I appreciate that.
Oh, thank you so much. And you guys, wait until next week. I will have, eclectic entrepreneurs on next week. I have Danielle Alexander, who is a feng shui master, and maybe with some tips for how to work on your business with using feng shui. It's so interesting, all these different topics. But tonight, Logan, thank you again for your information with how to really work with LinkedIn and make it work for you instead of all that stress and trying to find people. So, all right, check us out on Facebook or YouTube, Joella Newman, and we will see you next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye.